Welcome back guys. So Razer has just announced the ultimate Android handheld device, Razer Edge. It's basically a beefed up Android device that comes with a controller, Razer Kishi V2 Pro. This controller alone costs around $100. The base variant of this device costs around $400 and comes with the controller. So it's not a bad deal at all. Let me just quickly go through the specifications. This is the first device that comes with Qualcomm Snapdragon G3x Gen 1 processor. It is made exclusively for Android gaming devices. Now there's not a lot of benchmarking data available for this processor, but based on what information I found on the internet, its performance is roughly equivalent to Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. The best part here is that Razer Edge comes with a built-in physical fan for the purpose of cooling in order to avoid throttling due to overheating. Nowadays most of the flagship phones that come with high-end processors have passive cooling. It's not enough to keep the device cool when the processor is under stress. Eventually, the processor throttles in order to reduce the temperatures. This lowers the performance as well. Otherwise, what's the purpose of a gaming device if we can't play games with a stable performance for longer periods of time? Then we have a 6.8 inches Full HD Plus AMOLED panel, supports up to 144Hz refresh rate, 8GB LPDDR5 RAM. RAM is limited to 8GB for all of the variants. Moving on to the storage, internal storage has a capacity of around 128GB UFS 3.1 based. The device also supports memory card up to 2TB. This is for all of the variants. Speakers dual, 2 digital microphones. It has a front facing camera, 5 megapixel snapper, supports up to Full HD 60fps recording. Again, this is for all of the variants. Device comes with a battery capacity of around 5000 mAh. I think it is on the lower side considering how powerful this processor is, and the device also has a physical fan. The thing is, this processor also has a higher TDP rating of around 12 watts as compared to Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. The device also comes with a big display, almost 7 inches in size, so it is possible that the device may end up with an average battery life. Moving on to the connectivity, the device supports Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth version 5.2, USB Type-C port, 3.5mm headphone jack. Now this 3.5mm audio port is not present on the device itself, it is present on the controller. Another thing to mention here, the base variant and the Founders Edition don't support any mobile networks, so they can't be used as phones. There will be a 5G version of this device. It will be exclusive to Verizon. It will support sub 6 GHz band and mmWave. It will also support LTE network, global LTE, UMTS LTE Cat22. Pricing for the 5G version has not been announced yet, but I am expecting it to be more expensive than the Founders Edition that already costs around $500. Moving on to the dimensions, it's a big device, difficult to pass it as a mobile phone. 260mm in length, 85mm in width, 11mm in thickness, and it weighs around 264 grams. This is without the controller. With the controller attached, it weighs around 401 gram. Now all of the dimensions of this device are actually greater than the dimensions of my ROG Phone 5s, which itself is a very large and heavy device. Then we have the Kishi V2 Pro controller. It is powered via USB-C, comes with 2 analog sticks, 8 buttons, 1 D-pad, 2 triggers, 2 bumpers, 2 programmer buttons or macros, Razer HyperSense haptics. Lastly, we have the contents of different variants. The base variant that sells for around $400 comes with the Wi-Fi version of Razer Edge and Kishi V2 Pro controller. The Founders Edition that sells for around $500 has the Wi-Fi version of Razer Edge, Kishi V2 Pro controller and Razer Hammerhead TWS. So it seems the TWS is the only addition with the $500 version of this device. It makes the base variant look like a better value for money deal that sells for around $400. The 5G version of this device will come with Razer Edge 5G variant and Razer Kishi V2 Pro controller. That's it. As of now, the device has limited regional availability. Reservations are open in US and Canada. You can reserve your product from Razer's website. You need to deposit an amount of $5. It will be deducted from the final price of the device. Now for a gaming device like this to succeed, it requires support from its manufacturer and even game developers. I am a bit skeptical about Razer's support. In the past, they have shut down their mobile phone division after being in the industry for only about a few years. The same thing can happen to this device if it does not sell much. At this price point in US and Canada, people can purchase Steam Deck. It's an x86 based platform, comes with Linux based SteamOS that can run Windows games. People can install Windows if they want. Since the release of Steam Deck, Valve has been continuously pushing software updates to improve it. They also plan to release the handheld PC in other Asian countries in the near future. They are also marketing Razer Edge for cloud gaming. I'm not sold on this one. The thing is, even a cheaper Android device than Razer Edge can stream cloud games smoothly. I use my Realme Pad for the exact same purpose. A 5 GHz band Wi-Fi channel or an Ethernet connection is recommended. My pad comes with a 10-inch display. While streaming games on my tab, aspect ratio is not an issue. Entire screen is filled. But when I am streaming games on my mobile phone, I do observe black bars on the left and right side. I hope this is not an issue with Razer Edge, as it is being marketed for cloud gaming. Razer is also marketing it for local PC streaming. Again, no big deal. This can be done on cheaper Android devices via Moonlight and Steam Link. This is a benchmark score comparison between Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 and Snapdragon G3x Gen 1 processors, starting with AnTuTu 8. The scores for CPU, GPU, memory and UX were higher on Snapdragon G3x Gen 1 processor. Same thing for Geekbench 5.2. Scores were again higher on Snapdragon G3x processor. And these are the specifications for both of the processors. Both of them come with Adreno 730 GPUs. Higher TDP rating for Snapdragon G3x processor, 12 watts. They both are based on 4 nanometer lithography. Moving on to Vita3K, PS Vita Android emulator. This is its Discord server. Developer MacDo has made a lot of progress in such a short time. Even the developers of Skyline are assisting them in its development. Persona 4 Golden is now up and running on Vita3K. Here MacDo has shared a screenshot and even a short gameplay. As of now, the game is rendering perfectly, but it's running a bit slowly, like a third of its speed. The developer is making the UI more touch friendly, as you can see here. They have also shared more gameplays. Trails of Cold Steel is now up and running on Vita3K Android using Dynamic. So it seems the developer was able to port Dynamic from x86_64 to ARM64 architecture. The game was running slowly, as at that point FastMem was not implemented. This video was posted on 16th October. Tales of Heartsar is now running at 4K resolution on Vita3K Android. Developer MacDo is using a device that has Snapdragon 870 processor. They have shared the gameplay of this game. Game has started. Even audio is rendered properly. Battle started. It definitely seems to be playable even when running at 4K resolution. Things are really looking very good for this emulator. Android port. A virtual keyboard for the purpose of input has also been implemented in the Android port. And if you go to the development section of Vita3K Discord server, here MacDo has mentioned, quoting them, "Okay, I implemented FastMem for Dynamic. It runs better. I think I'll start optimizing the render now." So even FastMem has been implemented now. Expect the performance of this emulator to improve in the near future. Lastly, we have these two PC games that can be grabbed for absolutely free from Epic Games website, Darkwood and Toejam and Earl, Back in the Groove. I'll give links to them in the description of this video. These are the two games that will be free starting from October 20, Evoland and Fallout 3. Do grab them. So guys, I'll end the video here. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.